Hello, everybody. This is geraldcelente, and it's Tuesday, November 14th, 2023. And your new Trends Journal's coming out in just a few hours. Oh, it's a big one. And here's the cover. Here it is. Follow your political leader. Do what you're told. You're nothing more than a piece of shit. You got it? I'm arrogant, gruesome Gavin. Shut down your fucking businesses. Stand 6 feet apart. I'm little Andy Cuomo with Daddy's boy. I'm little Baller's Bush, a fucking little warmongering scumbag. We're going to get that guy Osama bin Laden dead or alive. And the people follow, just like they're following now. There's been rallies going on. They call them pro-Palestinian rallies. We had one, we showed it last Thursday, up here in Kingston. Well, over 1,000 people showed up. They call them pro-Palestinian rallies. They weren't pro-Palestinian rallies. They were anti-war rallies, ceasefire rallies. Hardly get any coverage. Huge one in D.C., going on all over the country. You go to Jewish Voice for Peace, JVP, and you can see what they're doing. So this isn't pro-Palestinian. This is Jewish Voice for Peace that are the primary movers behind this, right? So hardly any coverage, but the big coverage today is the one down in D.C. Yep. And talking about the cover of the Trends Journal, follow your political leader, do what you're told. This little piece of shit, this little fucking ballless little nobody of a clown, the new House Speaker, Johnson, Mike Johnson. This is how it was reported in CNBC. U.S. House Speaker Mike Johnson, Republican of Louisiana, said at a pro-Israel demonstration in Washington, D.C. on Tuesday that a ceasefire is unfeasible demand and would lead to the elimination of the state of Israel. Who the fuck are you talking to? I'll tell you who you're talking to. You're talking to the fucking masses who swallow political shit. Don't forget to vote. Don't forget to vote for your Republican or your Democrat. Goes on. Quote, calls for a ceasefire are outrageous. His statement was followed by an echo of chants in the crowd of no ceasefire. Senate Majority Leader, little Chucky Schumer, an arrogant son of a bitch, He wears his glasses like this. Who wears his glasses? Been sucking off the public. Yep. Also spoke at the protest, reiterated America's support for Israel and the Jewish people. Not America's support, your fucking support. I am an American, scumbags, and I hold peace rallies, pricks. And I can't say the other word because I don't want to get blacklisted. How about calling it, rather than the U.S. Congress, the U.S. Knesset? They're murdering, slaughtering thousands of innocent people, mostly women and children. The number's almost 12,000 dead now. Can't find a lot of them because they're buried in rubble, destroying the place. Innocent people locked up in an open-air concentration camp for 16 years by Israel. And I got a little scumbag like these guys saying, no ceasefire, keep the slaughter going. Oh, and another guy, as I say, white, black, green, yellow, men, women, races, creed, color, doesn't make a bit of fucking difference. Good and bad comes in all of them. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries followed Johnson at the podium and expressed his support for President Joe Biden's joint financial aid packages that would support both Israel and Ukraine. Aid packages? Fucking more weapons of death. And that cocksucker, Johnson, he calls him I'm a devout Christian. What Christ you talking about? What Christ are you talking about? That wouldn't want to cease fire and want to keep slaughtering people. And all you other people sending more weapons of death. And you sell your religious bullshit? Shove it up your ass. Or maybe Lindsey Graham will shove it up your ass for you. I think he would love to shove it up your ass. This is disgusting what's going on. I'm having nightmares. One night after another, headlines are hitting me of the slaughter going on. Relentless. And where are the Arab nations? How come they're not closing down oil like they did in 1973 to stop this? Why aren't they doing anything to stop this? The slaughter right in front of everybody's eyes. Calm down, Celente. Follow what they say on the cover of the Trends Journal. Yep. Don't fight for peace. Be a piece of shit like the rest of them. So on to the Trends Journal and the market. So they're booming. The markets are booming. Because the inflation numbers came out, they were 0.1% less than what the street anticipated. And the markets boomed. And they're booming this month. And the boom may keep going because here's the deal. We had forecast that they're going to lower interest rates in 2024 in the run-up to the presidential reality show because they want to keep the people in power in power. The Fed head, Janet Yellen, was a former Fed head. Janet Yellen is now our Treasury Secretary. They're going to lower interest rates. The EU is going to lower interest rates. The ECB, they're going to keep lowering them. So what's going on? Yeah, the markets went up. Hey, did you see where gold went? Oh, yeah. Gold had a nice boom, too. As forecast in your Trends Journal, the lower interest rates go, the deeper the dollar falls, the higher gold prices go. Oh, forget about the information that came out on Friday of Moody's downgrading America's debt. Doesn't mean anything. No. We could keep building more and more debt up. More and more debt. And I want to mention this too about this war shit. They don't put anybody out there speaking for peace. The little fucking scumbag clowns on Fox and Friends. Fox and Friends. They had Netanyahu on. You ready for the headline? America is next if Israel loses war. Netanyahu. America's next? What the fuck do we have to do over there? Oh, we got to get them ISISes. Got to melt them all over the world. Islamic militants will pose a threat to the United States and Europe if Israel loses its current war with Hamas, Netanyahu claims. Netanyahu implored Israel allies for support during a sit-down with Fox News' Sean Hannity, stating, quote, "We have to win not only for our sake, but for the sake of the Middle East." Hey, fuck you. Fuck you. And everybody forgets, nobody knows, everybody asks, are the 39 weeks of judicial reform protests. They hated Netanyahu over in Israel. They called it a civil war. But as I say, when all else fails, they take you to war. And he's taking you to war. It goes on. We have to win to protect Israel. We have to win to safeguard the Middle East. The Middle East? You think the Middle East, you think Saudi Arabia gives a fuck about this? Yemen? Qatar? Iraq? Iran? They could care less. We have to win for the sake of the civilized world. Civilized world as you're murdering, slaughtering people in front of everybody's eyes. Civilized? These are the politicians that are telling you what to do, and that's why you want to get a t-shirt, to tell them how you feel. Hey, politicians, who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? And you got the back. Boop. There it is. He goes on. That's the battle we're fighting. It's a battle being waged right now. You ready? There is no substitute for that victory. If we don't win now, you ready? Then Europe is next and you're next. Fuck off. Shove your fucking shit down somebody else's throat, you murderous bastard. This is the same fucking crap that they saw with the Ukraine war. If we don't stop them Russians there, before you know it, those dominoes are going to be falling all over Europe. Just like the shit they saw with the Vietnam War. It goes on. I want to get to your trends journal. There's so much more to talk about. Oh, this is a funny one. West sees Ukraine conflict lasting 5 more years. Hey, hey, scumbags. Hey, fuckfaces. You don't talk about your counteroffensive that you said was going to work, and it's a total fucking failure. But of course, we said it wouldn't work. Don't count on counteroffensive. And we said Ukraine won't beat Russia. The big lie, right? Russia will lose. But again, no peace talks are allowed. You're banned by the mainstream media. So now I want to get to your trends journal. Loaded with information. Loaded with information. Of course, we have the economic updates and the market overviews. Very important. Wall Street bankers are selling their stocks. Wonder why. And troubled commercial property loans reach 10-year high. Wow. Blow me away. Never would have known that. Office building bust. And then we got trends on the global economic front. Younger Americans, by the way, on the locally or nationally, falling deeper into debt, delinquencies increasing. And of course, the articles, when the economy falls, jobs go with it. The going out of business trends. What the U.S. high interest rates are doing to emerging nations, and you wonder why you're getting all these refugee problems. You haven't seen the worst is coming. This is a blip in the markets. And oh, by the way, we're also writing about how holiday hirings are way down, way down. Yep. And what else do we have? Top trends 2023, going green, like it or not. Rising costs squeeze clean energy projects. Britain's economy stagnates. Inflation is still like about 6.7%. EV sales slumping. What does it mean? Again, on and on. A whole office building bust spotlight. A whole spotlight on China's economy. And the Israel war. A whole bunch on that. The Ukraine war. Featured guest articles by Phil Giraldi, Dr. Paul Craig Roberts, Dr. Joseph Mercola, and Trends in the Market by the man, the one and only, Gregory Mannarino. Markets, a system of control, more war, more debt. And Trends in Technocracy by the Technocracy King, Joe Duran. Is one of his books. You get it on Amazon. Look at the size of this thing. Be Human. Essays on Countering Transhuman Self-Destruction. Joe Duran, the man. And more and more. What else do we have? Trends in cryptos. Trends in the COVID war. Trends in geopolitics. Yep. Spotlight on censorship. A whole section on how we're being censored. And tomorrow, a great interview with Judge Andrew Napolitano about freedom of speech, 6 p.m. Eastern time. You're not going to want to miss it. Trends I views. Don't eat well or exercise. Take weight loss drugs with serious side effects. We looked up the side effects of these drugs, Manon, and a number just came out now about America's the where is this thing? The people dying a lot younger in America, and wonder why. They keep eating shit. Shit eaters. They don't cook for themselves. They buy ultra-processed food. And, of course, we have this article in here as well about what's going on and what you need to do. So we're giving you everything we possibly can. Trends in High-Tech Science by Ben Davis. Trends in AI, whole section. The trend is your friend, and we're giving you everything we can. So, again, our forecasts. Would I have thought the market should have gone up this high in November? Nope. Would not have thought that. Again, we said it would go down in September and October. We didn't make a forecast in November because we felt it was up in the air. But we are forecasting they're going to keep lowering interest rates. Gold, silver prices are going to spike. And where we're going on Bitcoin is still bullish. But none of this is going to matter if the World War III continues to heat up. We got maniacs in charge. And again, take a look at this week's cover. Cannot be clearer. Follow your political leader. Do what you're told. You're nothing more than a piece of shit. I want to make this really clear. I was not put on this earth to be led by anybody. I don't lead. I don't want anybody to lead me. If you want to be led, go. We have political freaks telling us what to do. Look what they did with the COVID war. Close down your business. Stand 6 feet apart. Put that mask on when you're in an airplane, but you can take it off when you're eating and drinking. Stupid fucking shit. Making young people not go to school. When the numbers are, it's less or around 2,000 1 to 17-year-olds died in America out of 73 million from COVID. These are political fucking freaks. These are low-life scumbags who do nothing but suck off the public tit. And they forgot 2 words: public servant. Got it? So support us. We're supporting you. Subscribe to the Trends Journal. You get history before it happens. Very simple. You go to trendsjournal.com, trendsjournal.com. It's less than $3 a week, $2.86 a week. A cup of coffee. That you were getting the information you can't get anywhere else. I read yesterday's and today's Wall Street Journal. $5 for each edition. I got 3 stories out of today's that were trendworthy. Yesterday's 0. They're reporting crap. You look at their weekly wrap-ups of the equity markets, not a word about what's going on in Europe or Asia. Journalism is dead. We're giving it back to you. That you won't find anywhere else in the world. Trendsjournal.com, trendsjournal.com. The more subscribers we have, the more we can do. And if you want peace and freedom, consider donating to Occupy Peace, occupypeace.com. And as I say to everybody, do anything you can in any way you can in the name of peace. Because if we don't have peace, we got these sick bastards and bitches just keep promoting war. Oh, by the way, you see what's going over there in Germany? You like the First World War? Nah, maybe you like the Second. They're talking about building the biggest defense budget in NATO and how they have to prepare for war. Isn't that great? Oh, the Nazis that killed over 25 million Russians. Oh, now we have the Ashkenazis who are Netanyahu and the Klan from Eastern Europe, so don't call me an anti-Semite, and save your fucking shit that I'm a Jew hater. I'm against war, has nothing to do with Jewish. And as I said, 3 of my last 4 girlfriends were Jewish. My best friends are Jewish, so save your fucking shit. And this is the crap they're selling, by the way. This is in the whole audit advertisement in the New York Times. Ready for that? Look at the colors in there. Free the hostages. You ready? Anti-Semitism, homophobia, and transphobia travel together. What the fuck are you talking about? Who you like to fuck or what sex you are has nothing to do with war. And how you can sell this shit. Anti-Semitism, homophobia, and transphobia travel together. This isn't anti-Semitism. Because the Ashkenazis are not Semites. The Palestinians are. They're from the Mesopotamia region. As LGBTQ XYZ Americans and allies, we will not be silent. How about speaking for peace? Huh? You pieces of crap selling this lie that you're anti-Semitic? As Israel, I forgot to mention what they're doing in the occupied territories. They've only slaughtered about another 200 since Hamas invaded on October 7th and killed some 1,200 people, which I'm totally against. Occupied territories, the settlers, who the fuck you talking to with occupied territories? Stolen land in violation of the Geneva Convention and Article 242 of the United Nations. Hey, but we can kill anybody we want. So this is a lot of bullshit. So shove it. And see you tomorrow, 6 p.m., Celente and a judge. And support us. We're supporting you. Thank you.
At the Trends Journal, the best investment you could make, because it's the best investment into your mind, and it can change how you look at the world.
His work is actually a gold mine. Anybody interested in politics, political trends, economic trends, social trends, cultural trends, you have to follow him. Geraldcelente.
The Trends Journal is one of the greatest sources of information, and and it really is. You're predicting these things well ahead of time. I would encourage everyone to go grab the latest copy.
Been a Trends Journal subscriber for 20 years. I just have to commend you. What you guys have put together in your latest Trends Journal, there's nothing like this out there.
Sir, everything that you predicted about the economy, you were absolutely right. So I have followed you all this time. So please take a look at the Trends Journal.
You correctly forecast that the Fed would hike rates quite aggressively, correctly said that initially gold and silver would drop as the Fed starts to raise rate to 1.5% and above. When we spoke last, Bitcoin was around 49,000. You said you expect to drop, and if it drops below 30, 35, then it could really drop.
Trends Journal, which I would encourage people to go and check out. It's actually a 200-page document, pure data-driven analysis.
Gerald Celente, the top trends forecaster in the world. Gerald, you had an interesting call back in September of last year. You said gold had bottomed, which is exactly what happened. And here we are, and we're above $1,900.
Subscribe to the Trends Journal. Read history before it happens at trendsjournal.com.